Hello zusammen, welcome back to my channel. I hope that you guys are all having a good day so far and are hopefully feeling a bit better than I am. If I sound like I'm very congested or like I've smoked 20 packs of cigarettes, I've been sick, so my voice is a little raspy, but I have my hot tea with me right now and I want to film this video for you guys. So hopefully you don't mind my little bit of a raspy voice that I have going on. But for those of you who don't know me, my name is Diana and I make videos all about my life as an expat living in Berlin, Germany. So I talk about the German culture, my experiences living here, just day-to-day life, how to find a job in Germany, and all of that good stuff. So if you are interested, definitely make sure to hit subscribe because I do post new videos every single week. But for today, I'm actually going to be talking about the 5 life-changing lessons that I have learned while I have been living in Germany. This is actually one of my favorite things about living abroad and living within a different culture that's really different from what I grew up in, because not only do you get to learn so much about that culture, but also you grow so much as a person. Your perspective changes, you start to see things differently, you get to experience different things, and I wanted to share some of the things that I've learned during my time living here. So let's go ahead and get started. One of the first things that I have learned is that you don't actually need to spend a lot of money or spend money really to have fun or to enjoy life. Now this might sound a little bit weird to you guys when you first hear this, but let me explain myself. So back home in Toronto in Canada, I used to actually spend quite a lot of money just to have a good time. So for instance, I would spend quite a lot going out to eat or going out to the mall to shop, and this was sort of a pastime. And it's a pastime that a lot of people in North America have. Because the cities there are not really set up for free entertainment the way that it is set up in Germany. So in Germany, you can go out and go to museums for free. You can also go to the park and just have a nice time relaxing at the park, having a barbecue with friends. And it's not something that is very common in North America. In North America, if you're going out, especially to do group activities, it will usually revolve around a fancy dinner or going out to the movies or going shopping. So it's very different to what I've gotten used to now living in Germany, where it's not necessary for you to spend a lot of money to be social and to have fun. And I put it in quotes because, of course, fun is relative to every single person. I'm glad because now I enjoy being out in nature a lot more. I appreciate nature a lot more because I do force myself here to go out and go on walks, go on hikes even, go hang out at the park, and that is completely free, so that has been amazing. Number 2 thing that I have learned while living here is that even if you are an adult, you can still be treated like a child here. And what I mean by that is that people here have no problem calling you out if you have done something wrong. One of my experiences with this has been with the recycling here. If you guys are interested in learning about recycling in Germany, I will leave my video linked here so you can check it out. But they are very strict when it comes to recycling. If you don't do it properly, you will be called out, you will be publicly shamed so that all of your neighbors know that you are breaking the rules. Also, if you are crossing the street and you're not supposed to, if the light is not green for you to go and cross the street, then you will be yelled at, especially by older people. They have no problem yelling at you. So you can still be treated like a child here, which is very, very foreign to me. In Canada, we don't do that. And here you have to follow the rules and everything is really by the books. Follow it or get treated like a baby. That's just what's gonna happen. So hold on. The third lesson that I have learned is that it is okay to rest if you are sick and you are not feeling well. This took a little bit of getting used to because In North America, we are very much a go, go, go society. We're all about hustling, all about pushing ourselves, even if we are not feeling well. And in Germany, it's quite the opposite. If you're feeling sick, then it is very much encouraged by companies here for you to take it easy, to recover, and go back to work when you are feeling up to it. Whereas in Canada, for instance, even companies are not that understanding, and the system is not set up that way, because in Canada, you are actually given a certain number of sick days that you can use throughout the year. And if you use more sick days than you actually need, then it cuts into your vacation time, which really, really sucks, because you constantly feel this pressure to get better quicker, and you even end up going to work when you're not feeling up to it and you're just feeling like garbage. Whereas here in Germany, there are an unlimited number of sick days that you can take. So if you are really not feeling up to it, you need the time to rest, then companies here give you that time to rest and to recover properly. And it took me a lot to get used to this whole way of thinking, because I was so used to always pushing myself all the time. And when I first started working here, even if I was really sick, I would still go to work, just because I felt this guilt, because I was so used to the way that things were done back at home. And here everyone would look at me like, why aren't you home resting? Like, go, take it easy, and like, don't make the rest of us sick. And now I'm glad that I learned this lesson, because I don't feel this guilt, and I actually let my body rest and relax and recover, so that I can go back, kick ass, and hustle like I usually do. But this took some getting used to. It's hard to break the patterns that you've built up over years. And yeah, when you move to a new country, you have to break that and readjust to the way that things are done in the country that you're living in now. Number 4 is something else that also took some getting used to, and that is being able to speak your mind freely without being worried of hurting somebody's feelings, or that you're not being politically correct, or that you are, being too aggressive in your tone. Now, Germany has really taught me to be more open with the way that I speak and share my opinions, because here people are very, very upfront, and if they have an opinion, if they have an issue, they will say it to you, or they will address it. Of course, they are very respectful for the most part, so you still have to be respectful in this way, but it is quite different to what I was used to back home, because back home, everyone sort of treads lightly. They're very careful with the words that they say, especially if they're speaking to larger groups of people, and everybody kind of shies away from their opinions, or being too loud or being too aggressive in their way of speaking. So I've definitely broken out of my shell just by living here, because I am way more confident in sharing my opinions, and also not as worried about having to sugarcoat every situation and try to phrase everything in a way that pleases everyone, and just, being worried about hurting somebody's feelings. And I think it is quite important to be like this, because it allows you to hear about different points of views. You can speak more freely, show your personality more. You can have more intelligent conversations, rather than just having these very, very civil conversations that don't really go anywhere, and you're not really pushing any boundaries. I definitely appreciate that about living in Germany, and I think it's a very freeing way to live, as long as, of course, you are respectful and you're not being a total jerk in every single conversation that you have. And then the last life-changing lesson that I have learned since moving to Germany is that it is extremely important to stay creative and explore your creative hobbies and interests. Especially in Berlin, this is very, very true. And I think this is also why I've been able to maintain my YouTube channel for so long, because I constantly get inspired here. I constantly want to film, and I constantly want to share my ideas with all of you, and come up with new things to talk about. And Berlin is a very creative city. There's a lot of artists here, a lot of musicians, a lot of people who have hobbies outside of work. And ever since I moved here, I feel like I've become a bit more creative. I've become more interested in different hobbies, and also, you know, have a bigger appreciation for art, whether that be, you know, paintings or photography or even graffiti. Like, I just see things a lot differently now. So I think being creative and, you know, being inspired by the environment that you're in is super important, because it just makes your life more interesting. It gets you to push your boundaries a bit more, gets you to discover new hobbies or new talents that you may have. So I really loved learning about that and learning about, you know, my own skills while I've been living here. So I'm very grateful that I moved to Berlin, and I am surrounded by so many amazing, talented people here. So I really love that, and it's been one of the highlights of living in Berlin. So if you need a little bit of creativity in your life, if you want to learn about different ways of living, come to Berlin, because there are so many interesting people here, so many characters, so many people doing super cool things, and it's just a really great environment to even discover more about yourself. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. I hope that you guys enjoyed it, and I'm quite curious actually if you've ever lived abroad or you're currently living abroad. Let me know in the comments below one lesson that you have learned or life-changing lesson that you've learned while living abroad. I always love to read your comments, so make sure to leave that down below. And if you guys are interested in moving to Germany, I have created a full ebook on how to find a job in Germany and how to move to Germany. So if you're interested, I will leave the link down below for you to check out as well. But that will be pretty much all for this video. I really hope that you guys enjoyed it. Excuse my raspy voice. Hopefully it doesn't sound that bad. But I hope that you guys are having a good day, and I will talk to you all next week. Cheers!